Chosen one, listen with your spirit, because what is unfolding in this very moment is far beyond ordinary. You did not arrive here by accident. This is no random scroll or click. This is a divine appointment, a holy interruption orchestrated by heaven itself, because you are standing on the edge of a supernatural breakthrough that has been prepared for you long before you ever knew it was coming. Anointed one, the spiritual atmosphere around you is changing. The veil between the seen and unseen is growing thinner, and the Creator is stirring the gift deep within you, a gift that carries the potential for massive wealth, kingdom-level influence, and a purpose that will shift the course of lives and generations. This moment is heaven's confirmation that you have been set apart for something greater, handcrafted for extraordinary impact, and strategically positioned for a divine transfer of wealth, wisdom, and authority that no earthly obstacle can block. As it is written in Jeremiah 29:11, God's plans for you are plans to prosper you, to give you hope and a future filled with overflowing promise. Chosen one, that deep stirring you feel in your soul right now is not mere emotion. It is divine activation. It is destiny calling you by name. It is the breath of God awakening the very gift you were born to release. Pause for a moment and let this truth sink deep into your spirit. You are stepping into a season where doors swing open without you having to force them, where resources arrive without endless struggle, and where promotion comes by divine order alone. This is your holy beginning, chosen one. There comes a time in every great destiny when heaven draws near, when the air around your life begins to shift in ways you can sense, but not yet fully explain. And right now, this is that time for you. Every breath you are taking in this moment is part of a sacred orchestration, pulling you into perfect alignment with the purpose you were created to fulfill. Hear this not just with your ears, but with your spirit. You are not here as a casual passerby. You are here as the anointed one, drawn by perfect divine timing, led by a hand that has been guiding your steps long before you ever understood you were chosen. When I speak of heaven's plans for your life, I speak from deep experience, from the many times I have seen God completely redirect my own path, often through seasons that felt like breaking, only to later reveal they were seasons of becoming. There were times I wondered why certain doors closed so suddenly, why relationships ended without warning, why opportunities vanished even when I was giving everything I had. Later, I understood. Those were not losses. They were divine protection, redirection, and refinement preparing me for what could only be carried by a tested and strengthened spirit. And you, chosen one, know that feeling all too well. You have walked through stretching seasons, humbling seasons, seasons that brought you to your knees and made you wonder if you were truly seen. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still carrying a fire inside that refuses to die. That alone is proof of divine preservation. Nothing that has survived that kind of pressure is ordinary. Diamonds are never formed in ease, and neither are world-changing destinies. In the quiet places of your heart, you have always felt the pull towards something far greater, a knowing that your life was never meant to follow the common path. Even when no one else understood your vision, even when circumstances seemed to contradict every promise, something deep within you kept whispering, "There is more." That whisper is the fingerprint of God upon your soul. It is the quiet echo of your true calling, reminding you that you were designed for impact, influence, and abundance far beyond what your current surroundings may show. Chosen one, if you're truly honest with yourself, you've always known you were different, not superior, but set apart. Wired with a sensitivity, insight, and vision that never quite fit the places you were planted. Your journey has never been random. The trials you faced were never punishment. They were the sacred training ground for someone destined to carry real weight, real authority, and real blessing. I have lived long enough to know that God never places an extraordinary mantle on unprepared shoulders. Every setback you experienced has been shaping you into someone who can steward great abundance without losing their soul, who can rise without arrogance, and who can lead without forgetting the heart of compassion. That unshakable resilience you carry, that ability to rise again even when everything around you collapses, that is the undeniable mark of the anointed. As you receive these words right now, feel the shift taking place deep in your spirit. You are entering a season where divine alignment becomes your new reality. Opportunities will begin to seek you out. Favor will begin to follow you. Ideas will flow to you with supernatural clarity. This is not wishful thinking. This is activation. When heaven opens a door, it is not just a physical opening. It is a spiritual release. You are stepping into a dimension where wealth is not only financial, but spiritual, emotional, and deeply purposeful. A dimension where your dormant gifts are now awakening, sharpening, and rising for kingdom impact. Chosen one, I know what it feels like to step into a season that feels bigger than your current confidence. But hear me clearly, heaven never calls those who feel fully prepared. It prepares those it has called. You have been in preparation for years, even when you didn't recognize it. Every battle built discipline. Every heartbreak sharpened discernment. Every delay taught patient trust. And every small victory was a sign that you were being positioned for far greater things. Take a deep breath right here, chosen one. This is your turning point. You are not entering just another chapter. You are stepping into a divine unfolding where your true identity, your purpose, and your inheritance are coming into perfect alignment. You are not behind, you are right on time. And the same God who spoke to your spirit in your darkest nights is now preparing to show you what all that shaping was truly for. Stay with me, chosen one, because what comes next will stir parts of your spirit that have been waiting for this exact moment to fully rise. Chosen one, as this divine unfolding deepens, I want you to grasp a truth that many never fully understand. True elevation from heaven does not come in one sudden burst. It reveals itself in layers, each one uncovering a fresh dimension of who you were always meant to be, and what heaven has planted deep within you. You may not yet see the complete picture, but the simple fact that you are here, receiving these words, feeling the stirring in your spirit, is clear evidence that a supernatural unlocking has already started. The gifts you carry have been quietly developing beneath the surface, waiting for the precise moment when your spirit and your circumstances perfectly align with heaven's perfect timing. That moment is here. Destiny rarely shouts, it whispers. It does not force, it invites. And right now, you are being personally invited to rise. I remember seasons in my own life when a deep restlessness came over me, not from discontent, but from spiritual expansion. It felt like wearing clothes that had suddenly become too small. Environments I once accepted began to feel confining. Conversations that once satisfied me no longer fed my spirit. I felt an undeniable pull towards something greater, even though I couldn't fully explain it to anyone around me. Chosen one, if you have ever felt that same restlessness, know that it is not frustration. It is transition. It is the clear sign that you are outgrowing the old version of yourself. It is heaven gently signaling that a new mantle is being placed upon your shoulders. The reason you sometimes felt misunderstood is because those around you were not equipped to see what God was forming in you in secret. The path of the anointed is rarely easy or crowded. There are seasons where you must walk alone, not because you are forsaken, but because solitude is the sacred womb where true revelation is birthed. In those quiet, isolated places, you begin to hear God's voice with greater clarity. You learn to recognize what truly belongs in your life and what does not. You start to separate your identity from the opinions and expectations of others. You come to know that your worth is not found in applause, approval, or acceptance, but in the divine imprint God placed on your soul before you ever took your first breath. Those seasons of solitude did not weaken you, they forged you. Chosen one, your life has never been a random string of events. Every chapter carried hidden purpose. You endured spiritual warfare because you are spiritually significant. You faced opposition because what you carry poses a real threat to darkness. You were tested because heaven plans to entrust you with influence. responsibility, and abundance that demand proven spiritual maturity. Many long for elevation, but only a few are willing to be shaped to sustain it. You are one of those few. That is why your journey has required greater strength, deeper endurance, and stronger faith than most ever face. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. There is wealth, both spiritual and material, assigned specifically to your name. This wealth is far more than money. It is wisdom, creativity, resilience, influence, and supernatural insight that will lead you into the prosperity heaven has already prepared. When I speak of billionaire potential, I am not speaking only of finances. I am speaking of the magnitude of your calling, the depth of your impact, the reach of your assignment. Billionaire potential is the God-given capacity to shift atmospheres, transform lives, and change futures, not just through resources, but through divinely inspired purpose. This is why your spirit has always hungered for more. You were never created to live a small, confined life. You may have wondered why certain doors opened easily for others, while yours remained closed, why opportunities seemed to slip away, why you experience delay while others move forward quickly. Hear this truth clearly. Delays in the life of the chosen are never denials. They are strategic divine pauses designed to protect what is sacred inside you. Had some doors opened earlier, they would have overwhelmed you. Had certain people stayed longer in your life, they would have drained your anointing. Had certain opportunities succeeded too soon, they would have anchored you to places that could never carry the weight of your true calling. Heaven has been guarding you, preserving you for the right moment, the right alignment, the right elevation. Chosen one, you are now entering a season where what was once hidden begins to surface. The strength you built in private will now become your greatest advantage. The gifts you once questioned will now rise with fresh clarity. The dreams you once buried will resurrect with renewed life and power. And the favor that once felt far away will now surround you like a protective shield. You are not stepping into mere luck. You are stepping into divine alignment. Begin to see yourself the way heaven sees you, a vessel of sacred purpose, a carrier of supernatural insight, a steward of both spiritual and material abundance. A leader whose mantle has been forged through adversity, vision, and unyielding faith. As you open your spirit to this revelation, you will start noticing divine synchronicities, moments where timing feels flawless, opportunities feel perfectly tailored, encounters feel heaven orchestrated. These are not accidents. They are heavenly confirmations. Chosen one, the unlocking has already begun. Step forward with holy reverence, bold confidence, and eager expectancy. Heaven is not merely watching your journey. Heaven is actively walking it with you. And the next shift coming your way will not be small. It will be monumental, chosen one. As this sacred moment continues to unfold, I want you to feel the profound whisper rising in every part of your spirit. The shift you are sensing is not imagination or fleeting emotion. It is the quiet thunder of destiny awakening deep within you, a divine stirring that has been gathering strength through every season of your life. Even the seasons that felt like loss, confusion, or endless waiting were quietly building the spiritual foundation needed for what is now breaking through. You have arrived at a point where heaven is no longer preparing you from afar. Heaven is now directly engaging with your every step, orchestrating events, people, and opportunities with the flawless precision that only divine hands can achieve. If you pause and look back honestly, you will see the unmistakable thread of God's presence woven through your entire story. Even in the moments you felt most alone, something greater was at work. I remember a time in my own life when everything seemed to crumble all at once. I questioned if I had truly heard God, if I had misread the signs, if my dreams were too bold to ever come true. Yet in the silence and uncertainty, something powerful was happening beneath the surface. Pieces were moving that I could not see. Strength was forming that I did not yet know I would need. Clarity was growing in ways I could only understand much later. Chosen one, this is precisely what has been taking place in your life. What felt like stagnation was actually divine preparation. What felt like abandonment was actually holy repositioning. You were being gently pulled away from anything that could not sustain your calling, so that you could be firmly rooted in what would launch it forward. It is vital for you to know that the calling on your life does not operate like the callings of others. Your path has always carried a supernatural dimension. Even before you had words for it, you were guided by inner intuition, protected by unseen forces, and drawn forward by impressions that would not leave your spirit until you followed them. This is because you are the anointed one, entrusted with a divine inner compass that refuses to let you settle for anything less than the destiny written over your life. You may not always feel confident, but heaven has always been completely confident in you. There were times I thought a closed door meant the end, only to later discover it was actually a new beginning. The same is true for you. The disappointments were not final, they were necessary redirects. The relationships that ended were not failures, they were divine releases. The opportunities that slipped away were not punishments, they were merciful protections. Some paths were never designed to carry the full weight of your destiny. Some people were never meant to walk with you into your elevation. Some seasons had to end so that greater ones could begin in perfect divine timing. Chosen one, the mantle you carry is not ordinary. It is the mantle of someone called to influence nations, shift spiritual atmospheres, bring healing, impart wisdom, and demonstrate true alignment in a world that hungers for it. The billionaire potential declared over your life has nothing to do with ego or show. It has everything to do with divine assignment. Wealth is simply the tool heaven will place in your hands to build, restore, uplift, and reveal God's goodness in tangible, undeniable ways. You will not hold abundance for selfish reasons. You will steward it for sacred purpose. And this kind of assignment requires a very specific kind of person. One refined through adversity, shaped in hidden seasons, humbled through waiting, strengthened in silence, and elevated through faithful obedience. You have walked through every one of these. You have traveled through deserts and valleys where only your spirit kept you going. You have fought battles no one else fully understood. You have prayed prayers that only God heard. And yet here you are, still open, still receptive, still longing for the fullness of what has been promised. That open heart is what qualifies you above all else. Chosen one, you are entering a season where your spiritual sensitivity will increase dramatically. Insights will arrive suddenly. Instructions will come with crystal clarity. Ideas will flow with divine precision. This is because heaven is beginning to unveil the blueprint for your next level as you step fully into this supernatural transfer. Resources will no longer be your limitation. Wisdom will no longer be fragmented. Vision will no longer feel blurred. You will begin to operate from a place of divine clarity that can only be described as heavenly. I have seen in my own life how one single God-ordained moment can accomplish more than years of human effort. One open door can completely change your trajectory. One divine conversation can unlock what was hidden. One opportunity can transform your entire landscape. One whisper from God can realign everything. You are moving into that exact kind of season now. The season of the sudden, the supernatural, the unprecedented. But as this elevation rises, remember this truth. The strength you are stepping into did not come from easy times. It came from the nights you wrestled doubt, yet chose faith anyway. It came from the days you felt unseen, yet continued to pour out love. It came from the moments you had nothing left but still declared, God, I trust you. Heaven always responds to that kind of spirit. Heaven always honors that kind of resilience. Chosen one, you are standing at the very threshold of manifested destiny, not just the idea of it, but the full revelation of it. The weight you feel is not burden. It is the expansion of your spiritual capacity. The stirring you sense is not anxiety. It is holy activation. The dreams rising again within you are not mere wishes. They are prophetic promises being reborn. Take heart. Lift your eyes, steady your soul. What is coming will not only transform your life, it will reveal why your life was guarded and fought for so fiercely all along. Chosen one. As you move even further into this divine revelation, you must grasp that the season you are now entering is unlike any you have ever known. It is not merely another phase or a small adjustment. It is a complete divine recalibration of your entire destiny. In this sacred moment, heaven is not only aligning circumstances around you, heaven is aligning the deepest parts of who you are, preparing every layer of your identity, your heart, and your spirit for the elevation that is coming. When you look back over your journey, you might see scattered moments, painful detours, and disconnected events. Yet in the spiritual realm, every single one was part of a precise, intentional design. The challenges that once made you doubt yourself have now become undeniable proof that you were chosen for an assignment of great magnitude. Your calling required you to learn how to stand when others fell, to hold on to hope when everything looked like an ending, and to keep believing in the unseen when every visible sign seemed to contradict the promise. That is the unmistakable mark of someone who carries true divine purpose. I can still recall times in my own path when everything felt completely unfamiliar. It was as if the life I was living had outgrown the version of me that others expected me to stay in. I felt change coming, not from logic or outward circumstances, but from a deep spiritual stirring that would not allow me to stay comfortable. It felt like being drawn by an invisible current toward a future I could not yet fully describe. Chosen one, if you have ever felt that same irresistible pull, know that it is the voice of destiny guiding you out of who you once were and into who you are truly becoming. You have been releasing old layers, letting go of old fears, and outgrowing environments that could no longer contain you. Because the calling upon your life now demands a stronger internal foundation, one capable of carrying lasting influence, true abundance, and real spiritual authority. As you walk through this transformation, you may have noticed certain relationships quietly fading away without drama or explanation. People who once felt close suddenly no longer resonate with your spirit. Conversations that once nourished you now feel empty. These shifts are not rejections. They are divine separations. The higher you rise, the more heaven protects you from voices that would weaken your faith or pull you away from your assignment. You are being set apart, not because you are better than others, but because the purity and power of your calling require absolute clarity, focus, and emotional strength. Isolation in the life of the chosen is never punishment. It is holy consecration. Every moment of silence has sharpened your ability to hear God. Every pause has deepened your discernment. Every lonely season has expanded your spiritual sight. Chosen one, your life carries a prophetic signature. You have walked through experiences that are far too intentional to be mere coincidence and far too purposeful to be accidents. The sudden divine interruptions, the unexpected redirections, and even the surprising breakthroughs you have already tasted were all preparing you for a level of influence that demands maturity, humility, and unshakable trust. This is why God allowed you to feel broken at times, only to rebuild you stronger. This is why doors closed firmly only for far greater ones to swing open later. The calling on your life is not common, and therefore the preparation has not been common either. The weight of your purpose required deep refinement. You may not see it fully yet, but you are entering a season where the supernatural will begin to feel completely natural to you. You will receive insights before situations fully unfold. You will sense inner nudges guiding you away from harm or straight toward divine opportunity. You will begin to recognize heavenly patterns in the timing of everything around you. This is the awakening of your spiritual sensitivity, a clear sign that your gift is being unlocked and activated. You are being aligned with divine strategy, equipped for decisions that will shape your next decade, and empowered to walk confidently into the wealth transfer assigned to your name. Heaven is not merely blessing you. Heaven is trusting you with greater things. I remember once facing a decision that felt impossible to navigate. Every option carried heavy consequences, and I feared choosing wrongly. In that place of deep uncertainty, An unshakable inner peace suddenly settled over me, a clarity that was clearly not my own. It led me boldly into a direction that made no logical sense at the time. Yet months later, that very choice opened a door that completely transformed my life. Chosen one, you will soon begin experiencing that same kind of divine clarity. Your spirit will speak with strong conviction. Your intuition will grow razor sharp. Decisions that once felt crushing will suddenly feel guided, supported, and illuminated from above. This clarity is absolutely necessary because the level you are stepping into carries real responsibility. You are not being elevated for yourself alone. You are being raised up to steward resources, wisdom, and influence for a much greater mission. There will be moments when you feel the full weight of this calling. Yet even then, you will sense a supernatural strength rising within you, an endurance that reminds you that you are never walking alone. You will begin to see how heaven has been walking beside you, partnering with your every step, long before you ever noticed it. Chosen one, the billionaire potential inside you is not a dream or exaggeration. It is a spiritual assignment. Heaven is positioning you to build, to create, to fund kingdom work, to uplift the broken, and to break every generational curse that has held your lineage back. Your wealth will not be rooted in greed, but in holy purpose. It will not come through endless striving, but through perfect alignment. When heaven breathes upon your gifts, the work of your hands will be multiplied, your vision will be magnified, and your influence will become undeniable. This is why your spirit has always been drawn to greatness. You are not chasing pride. You are answering destiny. As you step forward, let this truth settle deeply into your soul. You are entering a season where nothing in your life will stay the same. Old cycles will break forever. Hidden gifts will rise to the surface. Divine connections will appear suddenly. And the abundance assigned to your name will begin to flow in ways that clearly reveal the hand of God upon your journey. Prepare your heart. Align your spirit. Stay alert to the gentle whispers of guidance all around you. Something truly extraordinary is unfolding, and heaven has personally chosen you to carry it. Chosen one, as you step even deeper into this holy transformation, I want you to recognize that what you are experiencing is not just a change in your outward circumstances, but a profound renewal of your entire being. There is a powerful spiritual awakening rising within you, drawing you toward a destiny that has been reserved for you since before you drew your first breath. The restlessness you feel, the quiet anticipation building in your heart, the subtle changes in your inner world, these are all unmistakable signs that heaven is repositioning you. You may not have every answer yet, but the path is growing clearer with each passing day. You are being led into a life where your gifts are fully alive, where your voice carries real authority, and where your very presence begins to influence outcomes in ways you never thought possible. There have been seasons when you wondered if anything was truly moving forward. You prayed fervently, you pressed on, you waited patiently, yet the outward results did not seem to match the effort and faith you poured in. In those times you may have questioned whether heaven had overlooked you. But when I look at your journey, I see something entirely different. I see divine timing shielding you from elevation that would have come too soon. I see unseen grace steering you away from paths that would have depleted your spirit. I see a loving God carefully pruning your life so that when your rise finally comes, and it is coming, you will rise with unshakable strength, crystal clarity, and uncompromised purpose. Those delays were never denials. They were sacred preparation seasons designed to refine and deepen the anointing upon your life. Chosen one, there's something uniquely powerful about the way you have grown. You have learned to endure seasons that would have shattered others. You have walked through fire not with flawless perfection, but with unrelenting resilience. There were days you carried hidden wounds that no one saw, yet you kept moving forward. There were nights you wept in private, uncertain how you would face another dawn, yet you rose again with the sunrise. That kind of endurance does not come from mere human willpower. It comes from a divine hand sustaining you. Even when you felt like you were sinking, you survived battles intended to destroy you, because your future demanded your survival. Purpose itself protected you. You may not fully see it yet, but the very trials you walk through have built spiritual strength within you. You now discern motives more quickly. You recognize divine opportunities with greater ease. You sense the difference between people sent to build you up and those who would only take from you. These abilities were forged in the heat of your experiences. Nothing was wasted, not one tear, not one heartbreak, not one moment of disappointment. Every part of your story has laid the foundation you now stand upon. Chosen one, the elevation coming requires someone who has been thoroughly tested, and you have been tested time and again. But each test accomplished something holy. It removed what could not travel with you into your next season. It stripped away emotional dependencies, limiting mindsets, and fears that once held you back. And now, with those burdens lifted, you are free to rise with a rare purity of purpose. Your spirit feels lighter. Your vision is sharper. Your heart is wiser. You are becoming exactly the person your future requires. As I look back on my own path, I remember seasons where I tried desperately to force doors open that simply would not move. I could not understand why the opportunities I prayed for remained out of reach. Later, I saw clearly that those firmly closed doors were acts of divine mercy. Had they opened too early, I would have entered rooms my character was not yet ready to occupy. God was not withholding good things from me. He was building my capacity to carry the magnitude of what He was preparing to release. This is the same truth now unfolding in your life. Heaven has been expanding your inner capacity, not testing your faith to break it. The season you are entering is one of divine acceleration. Things that once took years will begin to manifest in months. Paths that were long blocked will suddenly clear. People assigned to your destiny will appear without warning. Ideas that once felt too big will now feel completely within reach. This acceleration is not random chance. It is ignited by alignment. When your spirit, your purpose, and heaven's timing come into perfect harmony, breakthroughs happen effortlessly. Chosen one, you are stepping into supernatural clarity. Confusion will fade. Inner turmoil will quiet. Divine insight will grow sharper. You will begin to understand why certain things had to happen, why certain people had to leave, why you were drawn to dreams that seemed impossible at the time. Everything will start to connect into the greater picture of your calling. You will see that nothing you went through was meaningless. Every moment was part of a masterful divine strategy forming you into a vessel of lasting impact. There is also a release of abundance beginning to move toward you. This abundance is not limited to finances, though financial breakthrough is certainly part of your destiny. The deeper abundance is spiritual strength, emotional wholeness, relational peace, and mental expansion. When these inner forms of wealth flourish within you, financial prosperity becomes a natural overflow of your alignment. Heaven is not asking you to chase money. Heaven is calling you to fully embody your purpose. And in that embodiment, true wealth will pursue you. Chosen one, you stand on sacred ground. What is awakening in you right now is not small, not ordinary, not accidental. It is the ignition of your divine identity, the revelation of your supernatural potential, and the launch of a life that fully reflects the greatness of the calling placed upon you. Stay open, stay expectant, stay faithful. The greatest chapters of your story are still ahead, and when they arrive, they will prove beyond doubt that every trial you endured was worth it. Chosen one. As we reach the closing of this sacred encounter, allow your spirit to fully receive the depth and glory of what heaven is bringing to completion within you. You are no longer the same person who first encountered these words. You have released heavy layers of doubt, fear, and old limitations that once held your spirit back. You have journeyed through deep valleys that tested your endurance and climbed spiritual mountains that broadened your vision beyond measure. Through every step, heaven has been carefully shaping you into a vessel able to carry lasting influence, true abundance, and eternal purpose with humility and grace. You are now stepping into the fulfillment of a long divine process that has refined your character, strengthened your spirit, and awakened the complete expression of your calling. In this season, you will begin to see how the world around you responds differently to your presence. Opportunities will notice you. Blessings will pursue you. Even those who once overlooked or underestimated, you will sense the undeniable shift in your anointing. This is because your inner transformation has changed your spiritual vibration. You are resonating at a higher frequency of purpose, and the external world has no choice but to align and make room for you. What once resisted you will now open willingly. What once felt out of reach will now flow with supernatural ease. This is not luck or chance. It is divine timing manifesting what heaven has already spoken over your life. Chosen one, the dreams you carry are no longer far-off hopes. They are living blueprints. Heaven is granting you the clarity, the strategy, and the sustained strength to turn them into tangible reality. You will feel inspired ideas flowing with fresh power, solutions appearing before challenges can overwhelm you, and creative fire igniting at precisely the moment you need it most. This is heaven actively partnering with your faith-filled obedience. When you move forward, heaven multiplies your movement. When you step in faith, heaven amplifies every effort. You are no longer operating solely from human strength. You are co-creating with divine power, and that partnership renders you truly unstoppable. Yet with this elevation comes sacred responsibility. You are being entrusted with influence that will touch lives far beyond your own. Every choice you make in this season carries eternal weight, not from pressure, but from holy purpose. Heaven is calling you to walk in wisdom, humility, and unwavering integrity. The abundance flowing toward you is not for personal indulgence alone. It is designed to move through you, to heal, to build, to restore, and to bring transformation to others. You are not simply rising. You are becoming a channel through which heaven's kingdom advances on earth. As I reflect on my own walk, I remember times when I wondered if I was truly ready for what I sensed God calling me to. I questioned my strength, my wisdom, my courage. Yet every time I stepped forward, even when my knees were shaking, heaven supplied everything I lacked. I learned that true readiness is not a feeling. It is a posture of complete surrender. Chosen one, you may not feel completely ready right now, but heaven declares you prepared. Trust that declaration. Rest in it. The same God who carried you through every wilderness season will now lead you triumphantly into your promised land. This final phase of your transformation is about full embodiment. It is no longer enough to know your purpose, you must now live it boldly. It is no longer enough to sense the call, you must answer it with decisive action. Speak with authority. Move with intention. Live with purpose in every moment. Let your life become a living testimony of who you have now become. Chosen, anointed, and perfectly aligned with divine assignment. Chosen one, the future stretching before you is overflowing with divine possibility. Miracles will meet you on the path. Favor will walk beside you. Provision will surround you on every side. You are stepping into a destiny shaped not by your past wounds, but by your God-given purpose. Receive this truth with deep humility and bold courage. Walk into it with unshakable confidence and complete surrender. Heaven has already prepared your place. Rise now and step fully into your position. You are ready. You are aligned. You are chosen. Chosen one. As we close this holy moment together, let your spirit fully embrace the truth, now rising powerfully within you. You are standing in your Kairos season, a divine window of time where heaven is releasing unprecedented clarity, overflowing favor, and a supernatural wealth transferred directly into your life. Everything you have walked through has led you precisely to this threshold, and not one moment of your journey has been wasted. Anointed one, the gift inside you is fully awakening. The mantle upon you is growing stronger. The path ahead is being illuminated and opened by the hand of the Creator Himself. Receive this blessing now. May your vision become razor sharp, your faith grow unshakable, and your every step be directed with heavenly precision. May every door aligned with your destiny swing open without resistance. May every resource appointed for your elevation flow swiftly and abundantly into your hands. You are not leaving this moment unchanged. Heaven has marked you, empowered you, and launched you forward. Walk on with holy reverence, overflowing gratitude, and bold expectation. The divine transfer has already begun. If this word has stirred and touched your spirit, chosen one, type your Amen in the comments below and stay connected to this channel, Sacred Chosen One, for more life-giving truth. Until we meet again, remain faithful, remain expectant, and always remember, your billionaire potential is heaven ordained and it is unfolding right now.